Hello, in this video we are going to discuss ideas for making an offer on a house or buying a piece of property and what might be helpful information to go into making that kind of decision. Hello, this is Dave at TitleSearch.com and AFX Title. When you're looking to buy a piece of property or to make an offer under a contract, it's important to know about three different things. You want to know about the house. Does it meet your needs? Is it big enough? Is it the right location? You also want to know about the owner of the house, and we'll talk more about that. The third factor is knowing about the history of the property. And let's talk about a couple examples. Knowing about the history of the property and the owner involves looking at the purchase history of that house. Was it bought and sold how many times in the last 10, 15, or 20 years? What were the sales prices of that house? Were the prices going up? Were the prices going down? You want to look at maybe the mortgage values on that house. Did the current owner of the house refinance their mortgage and get cash out? Did they pay the property down? Did they get a second mortgage? Have they recently received a new mortgage? Recently meaning in the last few months. That might indicate that maybe they wanted to keep it longer and found out somehow in the time between they got the last mortgage that they can't stay there. It may indicate that they got cash out because they're in financial distress. It may also demonstrate how much they owe on the house, which sometimes is the bottom line for that client, that seller. What do they owe on the house? They have to net that out of the house. For example, you may find that the property is listed for $300,000. If you take off real estate commissions and closing costs, that nets out to, let's say, $272. Maybe they owe $270. Well, that could be how they come up with that $300,000 value, and that'll point you in the right direction. The next thing you want to look at is, were there changes to the names on title? Did somebody get added as a title holder? Was somebody taking off title? Was there some type of family event? Was there a divorce? Was there a death in the family? Were there liens recently added on the title? Each one of those added together can paint a picture of this current status of that property. Everybody has a reason why they are selling a property. If you know that reason as a buyer, it might help you come up with a great offer that'll meet the seller's needs, but also might be more advantageous to you as a buyer and give you both a win-win situation. A perfect example of that is looking to see, did this seller already purchase another property? If they already purchased another home, that might be a motivating factor to sell this house, and that can come from title records and a title search on that house, and also to see if they own other records in that county or nearby. Another really good way to look at what might motivate a seller or how to deal with that seller is look, what did they do last time they sold a house? Maybe look at the last house they sold, and we can find this out from title records. What did they pay for it? How long did they keep it? Was it on the market for an extended period of time? What did they sell it for compared to their mortgage amount? Having that information may help you negotiate successfully with that seller. A really important item to look at is permits and zoning. Has there been additional floor space added to this house? Did they add on a garage? Did they add on a family room? If they did, that might be an indication that the value is higher. When was this done? Was this done within the last few years? That might indicate a more urgent need to sell that wasn't recognized by the seller when that addition was placed. You also may want to look at what's called a clue report. This is an insurance claims history on that house to see if there was any ever damage on that house, any mold, any water leaks, any type of termite damage. Those items, if they're placed in an insurance claim, will show up on a clue report, and your insurance professional can get you that information if you're a prospective buyer. And the last thing is, as you look at these records and you look at the history of the house, the title history, the mortgages, the liens, the names, see if it matches up. See if that story that those records tell matches up with what your realtor tells you or what the realtor of the seller tells you. If you're finding that the title records paint a completely different picture from what that realtor's telling you, that might be an indication that you might want to play it close to the vest with that realtor, with that agent, that they may not be as sincere or may not know as much about the house as they purport to know. So making an offer on a house goes beyond just what it's worth to you. You can get a really great deal if you know more about the house, the owner, the history of the property, and what the motivations for selling are. For more information, you can click on the link below below. It's titlesearch.com, and we may be able to give you some additional information on videos you find there, or even run a title search to give you some of this background on the property.